elf volunteers, it's Dana again. I hope you're all doing well. We've made it and we are on our last Earth and Sky session. It is erosion. So a couple housekeeping things for those of you who are watching this, and I will talk about it in each center group. We have a couple centers with sand. So there's this big bin of elf dry sand that will be in the elf closet. You may need to bring this with you to use the sand for the centers. I will mention it in the centers. And then I'm also going to have a bin, a couple bins in there probably that says place stamp sand for drying in here. So the dry sand will, you'll dampen it in some of the centers with the kids. We're going to try and reuse it. So dry it out and reuse it. So I'll have containers for you in those centers for which you can put the damp sand and hold on to it. And then if you can just take a few minutes when you go into the elf closet and dump the damp sand out into these, they'll be open. It'll either be this or something similar to this, but I'll put on there so it's like clearly on there. You can tell that's for the damp sand to dry out. And then I'll be there like every couple days. So I'll just check on the sand and like move it around and everything. We're trying to conserve resources since we're about environmental learning. So that's the only housekeeping thing. For the introduction, I have the laminated 3 pages, so try not to lose the pages and put them all back in the bin when you're done. On this one, what I've done is given you a script that you can read to the kids that's all about erosion and kind of talks about erosion and gives them a nice little primer on what erosion is and talks about it. Erosion, you're kind of talking about there are 3 parts of erosion: the break, the take, and the make. And so we have different experiments on that. And it kind of ties in the rocks and minerals section, also the weather section from last time. So, and the water. So it's kind of tying it all together. And then we have the puppet show. There are 5 puppets, 6 parts. One's just a voice. There's a spray bottle. For the part, there you'll have to fill it up with water. And then there's a part where it says spray water into the crowd. The 3rd and 4th graders will do their puppet show themselves. I've emailed that to their teachers. So they will put it on for us, which is amazing. You may want to, instead of having the students spray the water, you might want to have a parent be involved so the parent can spray the water just so we don't have like issues. That's really up to you though. You guys can decide. And then for the conclusion, the wrap up options, when I do it in my couple classes, we don't always have that much time to do the conclusion. But some wrap-up options, I will have a couple library books in here. I've placed them on hold, so hopefully I get them in the next few days. There are not many books on erosion, but there are a few with pictures. They'll see pictures throughout with the centers and stuff, so you can kind of talk about maybe some of what they did. You can do a sharing circle with the shake jar, or just go around the circle and have them talk about something interesting about erosion is, or I learned that erosion blank, or just discuss. I have some questions that you may not get to in the intro. So those are the things. And if you have any questions, you can email me or text me. My number's on everything. One thing with this is really important is the cleanup, and please make sure that you put everything back in the bins. We want to make sure that the last classes have the same experience as the first classes. So let's, if you guys can take that extra time at the end, just clean up. A good way to do it is have one adult do the conclusion and kind of like wrap up with the kids, and then the other adults help put everything away. Center 2 is pretty really simple, so maybe the Center 2 person does it, or if you have an extra person, that extra person can do it. And a great way to clean up is always have the kids help, because they are super duper awesome at it and they love to help, and they do a really good job. So you might even just, when you're done, just have them help clean up whoever's in that center. So if you have any questions, as always, let us know. If you're running low on anything or out of anything, please let us know too. Thanks.